hello, how's it going? So it's nearly the middle of September and it's about time I've give you an update on the greenhouse, just to talk you through the plants that I'm growing, how they've been doing throughout the season, and then I do also need to do a bit of a tidy up. I need to clear a bit of space for the seedlings for the winter season crops. And overall, yeah, some plants have seen better days, so they need to be moved onto the compost heap and whatnot. So let's get on with it. Now, the one plant that I want to get out of here today is this, which is the Cucumelon. It was a novelty plant to have, really, but I just don't quite like the flavour of it. I find the skin too hard, and yeah, nobody else in the family likes it either, so it's really just taking up the space. And I've been watering it. I have not been feeding it anymore because there's no need. There's plenty of fruit on it. I can gather them, but at least it will give me space. I still have a lot of the strawberry plants here that never found itself a proper home this summer. I'm going to still overwinter them here in the greenhouse, hopefully just get space on the windowsills, and next spring then I'll find a proper space. But I was hiding them here from the dreaded wine weevil that just adores strawberry plants as well, and it had attacked them last winter, so I dug them up and brought them here because the flavour of these strawberries, there's a few different varieties and they're all mixed up now. There's actually no labels on them, but the flavors are lovely and there's still fruit on them, flowers on them, so I'll keep harvesting as long as they keep producing, and we're very thankful to them. No, I still have sweet pepper plants along the ground here. There's one on the table here as well, and they're still putting out fruit. So I'm going to actually take those plants that are definitely viable and still have fruit and flowers that are, you could see that they're fertilized and due to fruit. I'll take them actually into the kitchen, back into the space of growing that I'm well familiar with, but it just will give me a little bit more of floor space and visual space in here, because there isn't that much left in the peppers anymore, and they'll be absolutely fine. I have the space in the kitchen, so back into the house they go, and we can get the harvest out of them like that, no bother. Out of the 2 cucumber plants I have here, we've received plenty of fruit, really delicious, big cucumber variety, but I have 2 pots here, so that one with a white trim and the second one with a black, and out of those 2 I'm just going to keep one plant, which is the further up one, only because this one is just looking a little bit disheveled now. It's gotten burnt by the wind and sun and whatnot. It just has one sort of funny shaped fruit on it, and yeah, I do want to clear the ground, but the other one is a much healthier looking plant and there's plenty of more fruit to ripen on it. So I'm holding on to one plant, but the second one is definitely getting the chop this time. So starting with tomatoes, I'm growing 5 different varieties. 2 are dwarf and 3 are indeterminate, and out of all of them only 1 is a cherry type. So the rest of them are all for eating fresh or cooking with fine sizes. But I'll go through each and every variety separately then. Out of all the varieties, there is one salax success story, one that I'm definitely going to grow next year again, and that is this particular heritage variety called apricot salax or apricot salix. I'm not sure about that. As a plant, it behaves nicely, so it's not sending out too many crazy side shoots. It is laden with fruit, and also its fruit has a beautiful yellow color, a good solid size, and it's quite mealy. And its fruit were one of the earliest ones that started to ripen as well, so it is all over winner. On its own, when I tasted it first, it didn't quite perhaps have that much flavor, but once I've used in the, let's say, caprese salad, it just complements the other food really well, and it was a delight to eat. Another successful tomato has been this one, which is Queen of Night, and at the beginning it is quite green, as you see it perhaps here, and the more sunlight it gets, the blacker the skin goes as well. And at the beginning, the bottom half of it is still usually green, but as it ripens, it goes into this kind of crimson red, beautiful orangey red colours. And it has a really nice mild flavour as well, a little bit more seed than in the apricot variety was, but otherwise very nice, pleasant tomato. And the same thing, the plant itself behaves quite well. The third variety that's doing better now than it was at the beginning of the season is called Chocolate Lightning, and in a way the Chocolate Lightning and Queen of Night are a bit similar, but the Chocolate Lightning has these kind of distinctive stripes on it. I haven't been able to harvest any ripe fruits of it yet, so I don't know what the flavour is in comparison to the Queen of Night, and because of that I wouldn't probably choose both of them. I choose one over the other, and it just depends on the flavour. But another downside to the Chocolate Lightning is that I did have a lot of blossom end rot on the fruit as well, and as I said, it's the fruit, proper fruit then started to come later in the season. So I suppose they're all in the same situation, and all I can do is compare them exactly as they are, one against the other, so the stronger one wins, but I'd still like to see what the flavour is on that one. Now the cherry tomato that I grew, called champagne cherry, is a delight as a fruit. Absolutely amazing burst of flavour. Beautiful yellow little nuggets, but the downside, and why I can't grow it here, it probably is much more suitable for anybody with bigger spaces, is that it is so rampant. It just wants to grow from every angle and direction, and any joint it has, it would just keep putting out new stems, so it is just too naughty for my little space. But as a flavour, oh my god, it is the winner. Definitely the real tomato, really juicy, beautiful, beautiful flavour. It's just so nice. If I could get something like that that behaves better, oh god, that's all you'd want to grow. So it's time to come to the unfortunate fifth variety that definitely did not do well here at all. First of all, the plant didn't really get going. There was so much of blossom end rot. It had a lot of mega blooms on it, which a lot of them dropped, a lot of mold issues, and there is one fruit at the moment ripening, and I suppose for me it's just one unfortunate thing is this variety. When I was reading about it, it was the one that I was really hoping to succeed. It has lovely terracotta colour, heritage variety, nice beefy tomato, but yeah, unfortunately has not liked the growing conditions at all, so there's nothing I can do about it. The space is scarce in this little polytunnel, so unfortunately I will not be growing it again. I'll still look forward to tasting it. Probably it will be ready to harvest in the next couple of days. It's a little bit sort of pale on some of the sides yet, so but I definitely taste test it and see what it tastes like. it is so good to have fresh air flowing through this space again, because I was starting to have mold problems on the tomatoes, and just down to the humid weather we're getting, rain, mist, and then at the same time quite sort of warm temperatures. So really good. I harvested loads of chilies, got rid of a lot of the small pots out of my way, and I was able to make space on the table to bring the sedum cuttings on the table, the ones that I took for the green roof, that I need for the new green roof over the hen coop. But otherwise, loads of chilies, so I do need to figure out what to really cook with it. I'm thinking of some kind of a spicy sauce, but yeah, I have to look at some recipes for that. Well, I'm hoping that me discussing the pros and cons of the tomato varieties I was growing this season perhaps might help you along when you're deciding what to grow next season yourself. But otherwise, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.